Hi guys, welcome to Code Explorer. Here I am Pavitra Banerjee with you, and you are watching the C programming tutorial on our channel. This is our third video of this series. In our first video, we have discussed about the basic introduction of C programming language and how you can set up the environment to write C code in your system. And in our second video, we have written a our first C program from scratch, and at that video I have not discussed how this works and how our compiler compiles our code and how it creates the .exe file and how this code runs. So in this video we will explain this whole code which we have written in our second video, and then we will discuss how our compiler works. We will not go so deep how our compiler really works and what is the design of our compiler, because that is too complex. So for now you have to just focus on your C tutorial, but I want that you should gain some basic knowledge that how our compiler works. So this is the motive to create this video. So let's start. So as you can see that in our first line we have written that has include stdoh. What is this? What this really means? So this is an instruction to our compiler. We are saying to the compiler that first include the stdoh file inside our code and then our code will work. This is the meaning of this has include command, has include statement. Okay, so why we are including this stdoh file here inside of our code? Because as you can see this we have used an printf function here, but we have not basically defined our printf function here, but we are using this. It is why we can use this, because the printf function is already predefined inside of this stdoh file, and without stdoh file our printf function will not work. It is why we have written this stdoh file to include. Okay, and I hope you have understand. If you are not able to really understand well, then you can comment down. I will definitely try to explain this more. Okay, so then come to the next point. What is this? We have written int main. What is this? Basically this is nothing but this is the main function of our C program. This function is the starting function to execute. Okay, what is this? When our C code compiles inside of the compiler and it creates the .exe file, at that time our our main function is only executed. I want to see you a demo. So to do so, I want to create another function here in front of you. So I will try to keep the syntax same. So I am creating a new function named code. Okay, and I will simply write a printf function, and then I will write a string. Welcome to Code Explorer, and then I will give an backslash n, and then we will use this semicolon to terminate. Sorry, this semicolon to terminate, and then we have to return an integer value which is 0. So now I will run this code. As you can see, when our .exe file is creating, it is only printing this hello world, but we have written the welcome to Code Explorer, which is inside of our code function, is written previous from the main function, but it is not printed. It is why, because when our compiler works, this only executes the main function. If we have we can create another function here. We can create multiple functions here inside of our header before our main function, but we have to use that function. We have to call the function back inside our main function. Yes, so we will see how we can call back a function when we will read about functions. So for now I am just going to comment it. So when you select the whole code you have written, the whole line, you want to that the compiler should not compile this, at the time you can comment this. When you will comment these lines, it will be not executed. And to write a comment, you can simply select the required lines and then you can type, basically you can type your on your keyboard control plus slash. It will it will be comment your code. It is our VS Code shortcut. Okay, so inside of this whole tutorial series we will discuss lots of VS Code shortcuts with you. Okay, so now move to the next portion, which is that what is printf function. As I have already told you that printf is a function which is defined inside of our stdoh file. Okay, it is nothing. So we will read about printf function more when we will study about functions later in this series. And then you can see that we are returning a 0. Why we are returning this? Because you can see that in front of our main function we have defined that it's an integer. The int means integer. So when we will write int function, at the time we have to return a value which is a feedback value for our operating system. That means if our code compiles correctly and executed correctly, it will return 0 to our operating system. As we have written an integer here, so we have to give this an integer value. For now we are giving this value 0. Okay, so that is what our code is. What is the basic syntax of our C program. We have discussed about that. So now let's see that how our compiler really works. So to understand that, I am just simply deleting this .exe file for now. So I am just simply deleting this, and then I will come back to our terminal again. Okay, so now here I will write a command gcc val save temps. Then I have to write our file name, which is tutorial2.c. then I want our own .exe file, so I will give a file name of our .exe file. So for that I have already discussed that we have to give an -o tutorial 2. Then when I will hit enter, you have to focus here where I am just now blinking my cursor. Okay, so I have hit my enter button. So here you can see when I have hit enter button, this has created 4 files, right? We have only our .c file here, but now we have tutorial2.exe, tutorial2.i, tutorial2.o, and tutorial2.s. What these functions mean, what these files means, what this file represents basically. Basically, while our compilation process works, it has 4 steps. Number 1, pre-processing. Number 2, compilation. Number 3, assembly. Number 4, linking. So what is pre-processing? Basically, the pre-processing means that inside of this pre-processing step, our compiler will simply remove all the commented lines from our code. For this here, the compiler will simply remove this code here. Okay, and then it will include our required included file, which we have already asked to add inside of our code. For here we are asking to the compiler to add the stdoh file, so it will add our stdoh file inside of this code and simply remove this commented line. inside of this pre-processing step, and inside of this pre-processing step this will create this .i file. As you can see, this is our .i file which our compiler has created for us. And here if you come down to the bottom of this code, there you can see your main function here. Yes, only this main function will be executed using this .exe file. Okay, I think you have got the point. So now move to the second step, which is compilation. So what is compilation? Basically, inside of this stage, the pre-processed file is converted to assembly language. Yes, it is the beginning of the compilation process, main compilation process. The whole process is inside of our compiler. So it's, and the assembly process is the gateway to get the to transform the code to our language, to the machine language. Okay, so it will create our .s extension file. Okay, you can see this is our .s file extension which is being created while compilation process works. Okay, and then comes the assembly step. In this stage, the compiled file is being converted to machine language, that means binary. Yes, inside of this stage, our code converted to binary system. Okay, and this is the instruction file for the CPU, and this will create our .o extensions file. You can open this, but there you can see these types of code written here. You will not be able to understand this, that what is written here directly. Okay, only our CPU can understand this. And while our assembly process has been completed, it will go to the linking process, and inside of this linking process it will create our .exe file, which is our executable function, executable file. The CPU creates this file, and this file will execute our whole code. Okay, we have already discussed about that, so you can check that video if you have not seen this yet. So if you open this, I'm opening this for you. So if you open this, you can see that this types of thing is written here. Only our CPU can understand this. Okay, so in this video we have discussed how our C program, basic C program works, how we write the basic C program, and then we have learned how our compiler really works. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. So if you have liked our video, so then please hit the like button, and please comment down how we can improve ourselves, how we can bring your required content for you. We will try to bring your required for problem inside of our explanation inside of this video tutorial series. So if you are new inside of our this channel, so please subscribe our channel, and please go to the channel and access the playlist. This will definitely help you to learn C language, which is a beginner friendly series, and then we will move to the advanced level, and then we will also learn the data structure and algorithm using C, which will create you a job ready programmer. Okay, so for now, bye, and keep watching our channel, and happy coding.